Oh my god.
Hi. We're streaming live. Live to the world. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure that the stream is healthy. Make sure everything's going good now. Casting Call Club live stream is live now.
It has eaten its fruits and vegetables. It is a healthy live stream. Are my levels okay? Can you hear me all right? Hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you sound great. You sound wonderful. Okay, so beautiful. You know what I don't think I did? I don't think I set my bit rates back up to like... What's the max?
You're asking somebody who does not stream. So I don't know.
Huh.
It's okay. Let me see if I can find this stream. As
CPU usage. Super fast. Okay.
YouTuber. Worse live streaming now. I'm going to click on that. Hi, Chad. Hi, I'm typing in chat.
Why is this taking forever?
I'm going to mute myself so I don't have to hear us talking twice. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is that my microphone is in a suboptimal position, but that is solely for the purpose of this recording or live stream.
Okay. So are you seeing like everything moving? Because I'm just getting like a rotating thing.
I'm currently watching you on you spelled Brody wrong again.
Oh. My bad.
That you cannot blame on autocorrect. But I'm just watching you on a web page right now.
All right, guys. T minus some time. All right, that's muted. I'm checking up here. Okay.
What's the delay on this?
I don't know, a couple seconds. Like, I don't know, 10 seconds maybe.
Oh, there I am. Hi.
Does it look good? Are we situated?
Yeah, you're super tiny, but it's funny.
It's okay. Well, beep, beep, beep. Wait, which way are you? You're over here, right?
Again, there's a delay, so you have to wait for me to see this. Yeah, I'm over there.
So I'm just going to hold it. Okay. All right. And now I'm done and you're going to see it for a little while too. Isn't that so cool? It's like I'm in the past.
You're facing the wrong way now.
Oh, I was facing the wrong way?
No. Okay, it's the opposite way of your microphone. I'm on the other side.
Oh, so you're over here. Give it a second. You'll see what I mean by over here.
I can't tell if you're messing with me or not.
Hold on. Just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Yeah. Here I am. Right here.
I'm going to give you a big hug. Oh.
And no, that's the wrong way.
What?
I'm hugging you back.
That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Yeah.
On my side, not your side. This way.
There you go. There you go. That's where I'm at. Hi. You know, I could just look at the, there we go. All right. That's where it's at. Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, God, this is a clusterfuck. All right, so let's get down to business. So hey, everybody, I'm Chatterbox, and this is
I'm Brody. Yeah,
and we're here to talk to you today about Casting Call Club, and basically how you become a competitor on the CCC marketplace. How to avoid some of the common things, how to get started on Casting Call Club, what Casting Call Club is about, and kind of like what it takes to really start proliferating. Is that the right word? Flowering, blooming, blossoming. I'm really cold. When I get cold, I get sniffly.
you should get a sweater.
Yeah.
And plug your nose.
So, actually, I got... Where'd it go? There you go. I got this little guy. Look it.
I'm going to pretend that I see it. It looks amazing.
I actually got a nose plug. Yeah, it's a clip-on nose plug they gave me. So I
Who
can.
is they? Did you get this from Atlanta?
No. I got into the doctor's office when I had to do an asthma test to see if I had asthma. Hey, are you plugging my nose? Honk, honk.
No, I'm
Oh,
giving
you
you
give me
bunny
bunny
ears.
ears. Oh,
I'm attempting to. I don't know where you
no,
are.
no.
Here.
Okay, so in order to be a CCC competitor, we've got 5 main topics that we want to say are basically the things you need to not just invest in, but just get figured out. Your quality of microphone, your room treatment, actual some talent and experience to know what you're doing, and knowing yourself and your individual skill. Also, professionalism, which we don't need right now. Not here. But professionalism is a big part of the voiceover business. And you got to understand, as a voice actor, you are a businessman. You are a professional. Oh, man. Ooh. Okay. So which topic do you want to go over first, Brody?
Let's start with professionalism, because I think the way you carry yourself is one of the biggest steps that you have moving forward as a voice actor. It's not the mentality of, I want to be a voice actor. It's not the mentality of, I'm going to be a voice actor. Mind you, that's better. It is, I am a voice actor. And
Oh, yeah.
as you just mentioned, voice actors, it's a business. You represent yourself, and you should be very mindful of how you do that when entering the workforce. And that being said, when entering CCC, I think it behooves you to use your own name or a pseudonym, because that is what you will be known for moving forward. You do not want to be known as Chad,
Dumpster
give me
fire.
yeah,
Dumpster fire
dumpster
69.
fire. That's not going to get you very much credit. And people who are casting, they're not going to put dumpster fire 69 in the credits. It's not going to work. Not going to happen.
Leads for weeks 420. All right. And also with that professionalism, remember, you're a businessman. You are running a business. You can't be, unless you're a trained actor and it's your first step into voiceover, you're really not gonna, be jumping into the Cartoon Network, Disney Channel pool of talent until you're actually, established. But no matter where you are, no matter where you're located in the U.S., you can become a voiceover force of nature just by understanding your local market and the things that happen within your own town. I live in a small town I live in a logging town in Washington State where we have maybe 10,000 people. But there's still a lot of businesses. We got farmers markets. I'm about an hour away from the state capital of Olympia, and I'm going to be being the voice of the Olympia Farmers Market coming this summer, which is going to be awesome. There's so much opportunity to find things to do. And don't be afraid, if you're getting started, to do some volunteer stuff. Volunteering your voice for certain things will get you a huge into some of the local communities. And after you get that in, then you can start asking for money, when you've established yourself as a reliable person. But that's more of marketing. I guess I'm kind of sidetracking away from professionalism as a whole. Just remember, as a professional, everything you say represents who you are. There's a lot of people who don't understand that when you're going to be a professional, you don't besmirch, you don't talk down to people, you don't poop on other people's names. You carry yourself at all times with a sense of pride and dignity and
grace.
Yes. And can I use a word in its definition? Carry yourself with professionalism. You know what the word means. We're not defining the word here. We're defining how it relates to voiceover. When you have a reputation for being an unprofessional jerk that people don't like, who is always rude and talking down to people, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's going to carry with you for a long time. You can change your name. I guess online, when you have an online persona of, the VO Jaguar, and be like, well, nobody likes me anymore, so I'm going to become the voiceover Panther. And you'd be like, okay, well, you know what? We still know who you are, and you're still a dick. So just be a professional when it comes to voiceover. And just remember that this is a business. If you're getting paid or not, it's a business.
Yeah. And I mean, if you do have to go that route and you decide to use a different name, um, you know, make sure that you do start with a clean slate and make sure that if you're going to attempt that, just like using a new name, make sure you use a new tactic and refine yourself. Use that new beginning to reflect on your old one.
Yeah. Which one do you want to move forward to next now? How about quality of microphone, quality of equipment? We're not going to talk too heavily about the quality needed for your equipment because it's not so much of your equipment as it is room treatment, but you still have to understand that you have to make some investments in the stuff you're using. You have to get a microphone first off. And for most people on CCC, I'm not going to say you need, a Sennheiser or an Audio-Technica or anything above $200. I will say yes, a Blue Yeti will get you far on CCC. But that's CCC. If you're going to keep moving forward and do some other stuff, national broadcast spots, it might not cut it. And you have to understand that just having a microphone doesn't mean you know how to use it, okay? Having a microphone doesn't mean that you know the proper techniques for making yourself sound good. You have to, it's sad, but there's a lot of times you have to understand that the placement of the microphone, the usage of the microphone, and let it compliment you. Don't expect the microphone to define you. Don't expect the microphone to do the work for you.
Yeah, it should be complimenting your voice, not, being your voice, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
Some microphones do reflect poorly on some voices. I actually had a friend who just picked up a Neumann TLM 103 and unfortunately had to return it because it did not reflect his voice favorably. Nothing wrong with the microphone itself. Nothing wrong with his voice. He just found that other microphones worked better for his tone of voice. Is what it is, and sometimes you have to face that fact. Because there's a microphone that's been idolized doesn't mean it's right for you.
And a lot of microphones have different kind of pickups. There's like a low end kind of low frequency that, like the Sennheiser, MK416. Male voice actors love it just because it can pick up the really deep sounds and the rumbles and the very it picks up a lot of the low end.
Like this one.
It picks up a lot of low end for voiceover and stuff, and people like that. But for women, sometimes, unless you're somebody with a lower register voice like this that may like the sound of that may be for you. But most women don't like Sennheisers because it doesn't, complement a higher frequency or higher pitch voice, And a lot of men, like you said, they don't like the Neumanns. I would say I like Audio-Technicas because they're just right in the middle. They don't pick up a lot of high end and then a lot of low end, but it's good. It's kind of right in the middle. It's kind of your, I don't know. It's a safe space, I think. But again, having a decent interface, a decent microphone, or even starting off with a AT2020 USB. That's a great go-to to start off your voiceover work right there. You don't have to go with an interface. You already have a USB microphone now, and it's definitely a little bit better than a Yeti. Yeah.
And that actually leads pretty well into room treatment. Everything that we just said is completely reliant on how your room is treated or your space is treated. Because if you have essentially an echo chamber, they say that closets are the best place for a starting VO to actually record from. But here's the thing. The reason why they say a closet is because you have so much of that acoustic treatment. You have so many fabrics and clothings and different materials to absorb all the frequencies bouncing around.
Yeah, so we're talking about a furnished closet, not an empty closet. An empty closet, you'll sound like you're in a box, and all you'll hear is the sound of the bleh, just the. A lot of small closets will trap in low frequency noise. So without bass traps, without the clothing, all you'll sound like is just like you're inside of a box. Sorry, did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
And I mean, it really does depend on on the space that you're in. It doesn't matter if you have the highest grade microphone, you will hear the reverb, and it's not going to sound pretty.
Yeah.
One Beta 64, we were having this conversation. His latest, not, I guess at this point it's not his latest video, but the one that he did on Mario Odyssey was recorded with a Blue Yeti, I believe, or a Snowball, and it sounds amazing. And the reason why is because he was in a treated room. He actually went into a musically treated, his music room basically at his university, which is treated specifically for recording acoustics and audio, and it sounded so pristine. If you did that somewhere else, you wouldn't get the same feedback.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, you can start off at CCC with a Blue Yeti microphone, and if you want to move up with better audio quality, the first thing you should probably be doing is treating your room before paying all that money for, a better XLR microphone and an audio interface of some kind. Like, the room treatment comes first. Absolutely. You don't want to hear the echo. You don't want to hear, the sound of here. I'm going to give you a quick example. How does this sound? Can you hear me okay? Hey, Brody.
Yeah, that's the example.
Did you
I
hear
like
me?
how the green screen, yeah, that was a perfect example. And the green screen it looked like you're walking right through me. It was pretty cool.
Uh-oh. I should probably turn my microphone off so this screen doesn't pop back up again.
I didn't see any the press Alt thing.
There we go. Yep.
Don't man the mind.
Awesome.
The mind. What?
Huh?
Don't mind the man behind the screen.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so room treatment. Like I said before, like Brody said, closets are a great choice. But one thing you want to be careful for is if it's not a closet, or if it is a closet and there's not stuff in there, you want to really worry about the low bass that's going to get stuck into the sound. You're going to hear a lot of boom, 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 a lot of brr, like that getting echoed throughout in most closets. I have a mid-size room that I basically just sound treated like crazy with acoustic panels, a buttload of bass traps, and foams. And also, I decided, I was like, I have an extra couch. Why not put a couch in my studio, so people can sit down if I have somebody over. So I have a couch in my studio that helps trap noise. And I decided to put an extra mattress that I had against the wall. I mean, it helps. I mean, if you have it in your house and you don't know where to store it, I got space in my studio. So, hey, it works.
It doesn't have to be pretty, right? It has to be efficient. It has to work.
Yeah.
And if you get the audio out of it and you get the quality, then hey, who cares?
Yeah, right. And I mean, you can go online to YouTube and find a buttload of different tutorials on how to make a $20 very good acoustic panel at Goodwill.
Yeah, I made these two hideous things right beside me. I decided to actually wrap in brown burlap, which I should have done in black burlap, but whatever. But they're bass traps. I made them myself. There's Owens Corning inside there. It's amazing, and I love them. And the rest is, just proper acoustic.
Excuse me.
See, that burp would not reverberate in here.
It would not.
It'd be a very dry, clean burp.
Okay, so talent.
Yeah.
Actually,
there's talent.
Should we talk about knowing yourself and your skill and your niche first?
That's what I was actually about to say. We'll leave talent for last.
Okay, so everybody is different. In the VO community, people are so open to talking to you and discussing all these things because they know that everybody is unique. And they don't like to think of people as competitors. They like to say, oh, you're also a voice talent. What is your voice? And the client is always looking for something specific and something different. So, I mean, particularly male and female is a huge difference there, but guys with higher pitch voices and guys with lower pitch voices are going after different jobs. I normally stick to the higher pitch voice, a lot of character commercials, a lot of conversational, a lot of young millennial stuff like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, take a look at this. Or, I just stayed at a Hilton. I don't know, something that's always a little higher pitch because that's what kind of suits me. And it's something that I don't have to fake.
Yeah. We were talking about this previously. If you're new if you're new to acting in sense of like character work or anything like that, by all means, you can audition for it. But also, I think it's important to realize that don't get destroyed if you do not get the role, right? Because there are people who it's in their wheelhouse. They're very familiar with these characters. They're
Yeah.
very familiar with how to act with these characters. Some people, when they read a line with an exclamation mark, they think that they have to yell all the time. Not necessarily. The exclamation point is to drive the point home. So
Yeah.
it's different ways of reading it like that. And if you're not very strong in that, I would suggest taking acting courses or improv courses, vocal coaches, or even voiceover coaches, because those exist, and I would highly recommend them if you're seriously considering this. Do some narrational work if that's comfy for you. Or Chad has actually just started volunteering for reading for kids, and funnily enough, I just read for my nieces last night. That's wonderful practice too. Get a book, read
Yeah.
for them. Kids
Yeah.
don't lie.
And there
Kids do not lie.
It's so much fun too, because making somebody happy, makes you smile, and it's fulfilling. And also doing that locally in the community will get you some exposure for other future stuff.
That's true. But I mean, again, kids don't lie. If they don't like it,
Yeah.
they'll tune out. They'll say you suck. And if they do like it, you'll see it on their faces. They'll be like, whoa, or they'll like giggle
Yeah,
their
just like,
their little butts off.
They'll give you another one.
Yeah, that's exact. Yeah. Oh my god. I
Yeah,
love
because
mine.
my 1-year-old, she'll give the book to my wife. She'll read it for a couple minutes, and then she'll snatch it out of her hands and give it to me, because I'll be like, the dog drinks milk. Woof, 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 woof.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
the cat laps up milk. And I'm like, the horse eats hay. And like just making a bunch of noises and stuff that she finds fun, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
And
fun
like,
because they like it too.
it's good inspiration, and again, it's
Yeah.
good practice, and there's less pressure on it. Like, you get so much more accustomed to reading in front of people when they're just kids, because they're innocent, they're young, they're playful. You can try so many different things without worrying about them judging you, because
Yeah.
really kids aren't aware of all this negativity that floats around
Yeah,
in
not
the
until
world.
high school. Not until high school. That's when you really got to worry about making a fool of yourself.
Yeah. That's
Just kidding. No, dude, I did the morning announcements for 2 years in high school, and I either had everybody either loved me or hated me. Like,
it's like, oh, it's this voice again.
well, there was nobody who didn't know who I was, and
Hmm.
you know my personality well enough to know that I made an impact somehow on somebody, good or bad.
Yeah.
Good or bad, everybody knew me, so that's fine. But
No, you're a good guy to know, and you're a good guy to go out with. Luckily, yeah. I'll just end it on there. Thankfully,
so you want to talk about talent?
yeah. Let's go
That's-
over to talent.
that's
It's going to be.
That's a hard one to
it's-
talk about.
We'll have to tiptoe around it, but I think it'll tie really well into, again, the coaching. Get feedback from your peers. Don't get feedback from your mother. Whatever you do, your mother will pretty much always love you and say you're amazing no matter what.
Yeah.
Don't use your mother as a ballpark, because
I'm always going to have my mom as my final review on my website. All the reviews from the different producers, and at the very bottom, such a young, bright man.
that's fine. And that's kind of like bright and fluffy. And I think I might even have that on mine. But as a genuine piece of feedback, do not ask your mother. Don't ask family members. They're slanted one
I
way.
love
They're
my wife
biased.
so much, but every single time I'm like, take a listen to this, and she's like, that's awesome, and I'm like, no, take a listen to. Never
Yeah,
mind.
because they don't know the
Never
industry.
mind. I love you. Thank you.
You got to get it from peers, producers.
Yeah.
Ask around and do the same for others. Develop the critical ear and look for that critical feedback, because that's most important.
Yeah, and I believe that there is such thing as natural talent, people who just jump in head first and are like blowing heads, awesome people. But most of the time they've had experience too, There's experience that they've had with acting and stage and theater and something like that. And also a little bit of confidence goes a long way. So
Yeah.
And but regardless of that, if you have it or don't have it, you still need to get one of two things, either training or experience. You either need to get your feet wet, like you said, and get a whole bunch of time under your belt to learn and see how to change things up, see what works and what doesn't work for you and for the industry. And Looks like a corn dog. I think about to go eat a corn dog.
This got horribly burnt. I left it in the oven a little bit too long.
And but if you're not going to get the experience, which is great. CCC is a great way out of it. There's no other place like CCC on the internet in the world for people to just say, I want to get experience in voiceover, and a week from now, no matter who you are, you can have a job cast and voiced and produced into a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's so amateur friendly, I should say, and user friendly too. The UI is sublime. I've been on some sites where I've really just gotten lost, and I mean, it was earlier in my career where I was just overwhelmed by everything all at the same time, and some of them are just, I was like, I'm gonna leave this for later, and then kind of never went back, and continued on my path.
Yeah, and that was a thing too when I was like, how do I become a voice actor? And if you put that into Google, the first thing that pops up are the pay-to-plays. And it's like, if you sign up for a pay-to-play right off the bat with no experience, not knowing what you're doing, you're not going to get squat, Because first you have to know how to audition. And then, even if you did get the role, you're going to have to know how to act, how to do the voiceover, how to edit that stuff, and how to get it to the right quality. Otherwise, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to screw up the job, and you're going to get a pretty bad reputation out of it.
Depends how you screw the job up, I would say.
True.
But I agree with where you're going with, because everyone has to start somewhere.
I've worked with some projects where they were really open. My first audiobook, I told the guy that this was my first audiobook, and I'm going to be producing the whole thing. Editing and mastering it, so I'm going to be doing a lot of homework and talking with people, and I even paid some time to talk to a professional, producer to make sure that I had the best quality going with what I was doing. And it was a great experience, and I'm a fast learner. Not to toot toot, but it was really fun to learn how to do that stuff, and now I'm going to be working with a guy again on his next project, hopefully. But it's fun, and that safe environment is what CCC pretty much has. Anybody can take the time to learn and stuff. And if you ever get cast on CCC and you say, "Yeah, I'm just having a little bit of hard time kind of making this sound right. Do you want to take a look at it?" I guarantee you, all the people on CCC would be willing to help out with that one.
And we have our Discord. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows about that. But one thing I want to touch base, which you actually just mentioned, the fact that you were open and candid. That's me 100%. I'm always open. I'm always candid. I'm a straight shooter and straightforward. But the one thing that you just said, which is highly important, is the fact that you got like quality assurance, right? You talked to somebody to make sure that your quality was going to be there for your first run through. And you told the client that and assured them that this is my first book. I'm doing and producing everything myself, but I have a quality control guiding me through the process as well. So you have that little bit of a guarantee to show that, one, you're being very professional about it. You're caring about the quality, right? You're putting in the effort to make sure that quality gets all the way through. And you're basically giving the client and showing the client that you have full respect for the project in total, right? Which is a very endearing quality because, again, you are holding yourself very professionally, right? Some people go on Casting Call Club and they don't expect that type of professionalism. But if you carry it, you find clients like that, they will stick with you. Just as Chad said, he's got a second book with that person.
Oh, yeah. And they'll also, they talk. The CCC community, for one, talks a lot. The community in LA talks a lot. Online, it's a huge Wild West. It's a giant world. I don't care how small people say it is. So online, you got a little bit of leeway. But with CCC, with LA, with Atlanta, with New York, all those people talk in those other smaller, more localized communities.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of Facebook groups. There's Twitter groups. People make Twitter groups specifically for voice actors. Reddit. I do not understand that beast of Reddit.
There's an amazing voiceover subreddit moderated by this awesome voice actor named Carson Beck, who is down in LA. I got to meet him a couple of years ago. He's an amazing guy. He's a great fella. He's awesome. He loves me. I love him back. He's phenomenal. All right. And he moderates a Reddit panel and or a Reddit subreddit. Yeah, I don't know that monster of Reddit, but there's a lot of great stuff on there and a lot of good constructive criticism for people who post demos and other stuff or auditions where people will just give you some great advice on there. I'd recommend those, the Facebook groups. I'll give a plug to GVAA community. Go onto Facebook and type in GVAA community onto Facebook, and you can join up with their public group. And they have a few thousand professional voice actors on there who are constantly talking about other stuff, and that's a great resource to learn if you're just looking for some free knowledge.
Yeah, and just in the meantime, while we have a break, shout out Red Star Clips. Thanks for joining. Al Too Cool, wonderful. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to just drop them in the chat box. We'll address them as best as we can. And we are considering doing this as a weekly kind of chat stream. Chad and I getting together, talking about voice acting stuff and maybe some projects that we're on or have in the future, or a movie or something.
Well, every Sunday, Sunday's an easy day to have content made and stuff, and it's easy to just jump on like this and talk to you guys. So we'd love to have some more community involvement and questions and stuff. And also, go to castingcall.club and check out our public Discord. Join up with the Discord channel, and there's a whole bunch of good resources on there to learn. And also go down to the C3 TV text channel in the Discord and give us some recommendations. Give us some information about what you guys want to hear. And holy cow, there's a lot more stuff on the chat just now. Oh, yeah. Okay, and but like I said, if you guys want to know any specific topics, if you want to hear anything, feel free to shoot us a comment down there for what our future videos might be. I think it's about good. You think we should wrap this up?
Yeah, I actually have some other meetings to go to as well, so this is actually a good time to just wrap up.
Awesome.
Thanks everybody for joining us. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
And you, I'm gonna give you a hug.
Wait. Yeah, give me a hug too, but let me just reach this. You guys already heard about my break in My Hero Academia.
Oh.
Apparently, I get paid to read, but I can't read. Even though this job isn't going anywhere, do you guys have any tips for when I do eventually have to find a new project?
Is this the official My Hero Academia, or is it like a dub? If it's just a dub, if it's a big project, I would say do whatever you did to get this project in the first place. Make sure you get some clips of this. Make sure, and if it says it's going nowhere, I'm kind of confused. If he says it's going nowhere, I'm assuming he means it's a CCC project. But
just don't sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short as well. Just like Chad mentioned, use it in your resume. Slowly start building your resume. Save every project that you do in terms of the information. Make sure you follow up a couple months down the line with the project creator and say, hey, do you have a video of such and such? Or hey, do you have a final product? See if you can get it, and then you can add it to your visuals, say for your website, right? You can put it in there, and then as you get more and more accredited or higher quality projects, you can start bumping off the lower end ones. Not that I'm saying My Hero why can I say that word? Academia is not a high project. I'm not actually too familiar with it. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but definitely withhold everything that you do to build your roster of information so you can show potential clients, look at all the stuff I've done. That's me.
And when I do eventually have to find a new project, I don't really like the way that was worded, because at all times you should be busting your butt to try to find new projects. I do multiple auditions every single day. Even when you have a project, even when you have something on your plate, you should still be making sure that you have the next plate of food, ready to go to chow down on. You should never stop. Keep on keeping on. Never stop, never stopping, As cheesy, as horrible as that sounds. But yeah, every day is a hustle. You should always be trying to find out that next project. You should always be looking online at all the different websites, all the different resources.
It goes with the same thing with I don't know if you're familiar with the term cold calling, but cold calling is contacting prospective clients with no leads whatsoever, not even having a in-between person and saying like, hey, I know Chad, maybe I can do some work from you. It's completely calling them out of the blue on your own. And this is actually quite common.
Yeah.
And you have to do that quite a lot. And you're only going to maybe get like 1 in 10 or something like that. But
That's a
down
good
the
ratio.
line,
If you're working, then yeah, that's 1 in 10.
and 2 months later, one might contact you back because you did the groundwork, the footwork, and be like, hey, are you that voice actor that contacted us? We actually do need some work done if you're available. So you're setting that seed.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Al Too Cool said sales. Those are sales calls, cold sales calls. I do that all the time with local stuff. Like, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce locally, and coming up soon, there's a ribbon cutting for a new car garage or for a new, auto shop. So I'm attending the ribbon cutting, and I'm going to be talking to the guy about voiceover. If you guys need voiceover or anything, PA systems, IVR, I'm like, I'm your guy. You know? So
Actually, Altuku also said, do you guys provide a way of uploading your files, or what way do you do it through the website? There is file uploading. Are you talking in terms of your profile on CCC, or are you talking for auditions or casting calls themselves?
or a personal website. For Casting Call Club, we have the uploads for auditions and uploads for demos, essentially. I'm not sure of any. Buford is the tech guru there. He's the
man
coder
behind the mask.
Yeah, he's the coder there. But I'm pretty sure the only real upload methods are for demos and for auditions.
Yeah.
But also for casting calls and stuff, they can upload videos or whatever and maybe actually I think I'm wrong. You can only link to other YouTube videos. But awesome. Take care, Red Star. But for websites, you got to first make sure you understand what your website hosting is. I would say SoundCloud is a great way to start for hosting media onto a website because it's free.
Hey, Rez, welcome to the live stream. And I agree with what Chad just said. So, yeah, you can upload your work there. But in terms of having a personal website, I'd highly recommend getting that as well. So have your CCC page set up. I actually got contacted to do a video game from a Swedish company, and they found me through CCC, and I had my page set up. But make sure you have it was a lot of fun, still in the process as well. We just finished the trailer. Awesome. And we're going to move forward afterwards. Make sure you have your website set up. Make sure you have it in a presentable way. List your demos first, I should say, and then you can move on to more pertinent information. But when people log on to your website, or land on your website, I should say, they want to hear you straight out the gate. That's your sales card, basically. So that's your moneymaker, your voice.
Dropbox is only really useful for sharing person to person. If somebody asks you for some information, or like, hey, can you send me these, files directly? Dropbox or Google Drive is really only good for sending, if you're working on a project, sending the lines to somebody, or if you're sending between person to person or between a small group. But you can't really use Dropbox for that. And I'd like to say, and Rez, you're awesome. She's a great voice actress and a very lovely voice. She sounds extremely well-spoken and educated. And Brody, I never actually asked you. So you got picked up with the Heroes Call, right?
Yeah, that was...
what was your character?
I believe I was John the Hunter.
The Hunter.
And then some other minor characters as well. I did some wizard lines.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry, what'd you get? Because I know we worked on that together.
Yeah, I did the casting I cast some of the roles on CCC and stuff, and I helped them out because they're local to Seattle. And I did Festus the Fence, who he was like a very, trickster. Yeah, like, hey, I'll take your money-free meal. Yes, he's very devious. It's like you just have to go down there and escape from the trolls and avoid the pits of lava, and then you'll find the mask. It's as simple as that. And I was Wilhelm the Miner, which right now I can't really do too well, but he was more of a gruff, deep kind of, my name is Wilhelm. And but that kind of worked at the end of I did Wilhelm at the end of the role when I was already kind of like
tired. Yeah.
And then I was also... I was a crazy guy. Your voices in my head. Like I was just a wandering beggar who was kind of losing his mind, who was secretly more than he appears. But...
Oh my, spoiler alert. Let's avoid that. Yeah, John was just a super tired ranger. Oh my God. It was actually fun to do.
Awesome, though. I think we should really wrap this up now. I love you guys
Yeah.
showing off.
Thanks everybody for showing up. Al Too Cool, Red Star Clips, who edited out. Rez, you're amazing. Don't worry, Rez. You'll get right up here. Chad Fisher, thanks for joining. He commented earlier. He's a bit of a
Loose cannon.
But anyways,
he's a maverick, that guy. All right. Well, thanks, Brody. This was fun. And
thanks, Chad.
thank you, everybody else
week.
in the community in CCC.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay, Chad. I'll catch you. What is it? I'll see you on the flip side, and I'll hear you later. And now you got to say.
And don't forget to cast a wide net with CCC.
There we go. Okay, big hugs. Big hugs.
Oh, my hand's out of the screen, I think. All right. Peace.
See you guys.